Madrid fans are not panicking the way, for instance, Liverpool fans are panicking with
Well,
Klopp leaving.
they've got that new
It's
freaking
it's the club
Brazilian
structures.
striker.
I
Yeah,
don't think we're
Club
So
strike
panicking.
club structures, guys. It's all
yeah,
about club structures. Like if the club structures
100%,
are sitting properly in place, it won't be the end of the world. I think Liverpool
100%.
at a point. I mean, Liverpool. You saw that stat that they have the most youth players who played the most minutes in the Premier League. That's structure. There's youth structure. It's been set up. Whoever comes in there just needs to build on it. You don't need to come there and all of a sudden you have to redesign things. That's what makes the job so much more difficult. Barcelona, the structures are terrible right now. Whoever comes in there is going to struggle, whether it be Marquez, whether it be Mota, whether it be Pep again.
Mm.
It's going to be a big problem, right?
And
So
Barcelona's
it's
a
trying.
very good example because they probably had the best structure in world football,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
they did with La
which
Masia.
structure was
before,
this? Lining up,
before,
lining up the refs' pockets.
even before that, they went from Cruyff to the guy at Newcastle, Adams dude. What's Adams guy's name? He was knighted and everything. And then they went to Rijkaard, and then they went to Pep, and from Pep they got about 1,000 other managers, and they all played the same way, right?
Yeah,
But the
Every
even
single
structures,
Liverpool.
player.
but the structures, Shiva. Yeah, I think the under the old leadership and structure at Barcelona, they never sign a guy like Dembele. They never
Yep.
sign a guy like Coutinho
Griezmann.
at that price.
Uh,
They don't sign
Coutinho
Griezmann.
probably. Yeah, they don't
No,
sign
no,
Griezmann.
no, no, no.
Not
They
at that
don't. They
price.
don't sign. They
Right,
never
Tuchel's
sign
right.
Coutinho at that price. A midfielder like Coutinho at Barcelona at that price, they never signed Coutinho. Shiva, you know for a fact Barcelona would never. I mean, look at the players coming out of La Masia now. Which is the biggest that you can say can go into any team and start? Can go to Liverpool and start.
Pedri.
They have Oscar Mingueza. He's playing for Celta Vigo. They have.
Pedri.
They had. Pedro's not a La Masia. Pedro's not a La
Yes, you're
Masia player.
right. You're right. He's from Las
Pedro's not a La
Palmas. No,
Masia
you're
player.
right. You're right.
Yep.
Although
Gavi wouldn't start anyway. Gavi wouldn't
no,
start for
Gavi,
any team.
Gavi.
Mhm.
Gavi's
No. Who's that?
very, very average
Um,
player.
Balde would probably start at.
Keita, no way. Start over Ever Robertson. No way.
Okay,
He never
no,
starts.
but he would be better than both our bench options.
So for me,
Even at
right?
right back, like
Balde,
he's
Bal, Balde is struggling. Shiva. Balde is struggling because they don't have a solid structure in defense. They don't know what to do when they have the ball in defense. They have guys. I mean, they signed Christensen for F6, man. Christensen wouldn't play for Chelsea at the current moment. He had to leave, and he had an easy route out to go and play for Barca. I mean, they have some kid
Marcos
now.
Alonso.
Imagine Shiva, that guy, and it brings it back
Even when
to
he
to
was
that. It's
good,
like
he was bad.
you can't go from getting guys like Messi, like Xavi, like Iniesta, all the way dribbled down to
Busquets,
now
imagine.
Sandro Ramirez. They had Sandro Ramirez, and you're like, oh, this guy is going to be incredible. They Oscar Mingueza. I just keep naming all these guys, and they're all nobodies. Christian Tello, when like that Christian Tello, and it's like, oh, Christian
Yeah,
Tello is going to be. Guy can't
yeah, I
even
remember.
get minutes at Betis, wherever he's playing now.
Even Isaac
So
Cuenca. Remember
Isaac
Isaac
Cuenca.
Cuenca?
I mean, there's
Yeah,
there's so many of these guys, bro. I mean,
yeah.
this they tried to sell La Masia as a great product, but whoever's promoting the players now and however the structures are, it's just not the
Not
one.
the same.
And
Yep.
again, because they have went and blown the money on trying to find the next Messi and trying to reignite their glory days and try to break that Madrid dominance in Europe, they've just gone worse and worse, and they've actually derailed. To be honest,
Yeah,
for me,
I probably
very
watched them this weekend, and yeah. There's nothing
you
there.
can't defend like that. You can't
Yeah,
defend like that.
you can't.
And and they've gone so far off the rail that I think Barcelona in 2, 3, 4 seasons will be a mid-table team. He'll be playing mid-table
If
team.
they continue,
We see it a lot. Yeah, we see it a lot because they won't be able to spend money. There's no way they can keep doing this in terms of getting players for free and offering them these wages that they're getting from these clubs and asking them to pay their way to get into the team. I mean, bro, they have Oriol Romeu to replace Busquets. Make it make sense to me, right? I mean,
That's a fall
you have one of the
off, man.
greatest players ever in their position, and now you have
Yeah.
Oriol Romeu who couldn't even crack it at Southampton. So, I mean, they tried to get that Traore from Wolves. Wolves, he couldn't even start at Wolves, and he was the only.
X's favorite.
And he came from the
X's favorite
academy.
sprinter.
Yeah, he's an academy player. They had Nelson Semedo, the guy from Everton as well, the midfielder, who they got from Portugal.
Oh, thingy.
Who can't even
I know which one you're talking about.
Andre Gomez.
I like Gomez. I like Gomez.
Yeah, they got him
and
from
I'm a Liverpool
Gomez.
fan. And I'm a
I don't
Liverpool
know,
fan, and I
bro.
like Gomez. He
got him
doesn't
from-
have any kind of athletic ability. But
Everton centre back Jeremina was also at Barca.
Yeah. But
He was signed after the World Cup, hoping that he's going to be. It's
was
just keep
linked with
going from
United.
bad
I was
signing to bad signing to bad signing, and now
So,
they're in a situation where they won't be able to sign. They won't be able to sign players who are looking to end their career. It has to be a free.
in
the
that
old Barca,
era.
the old Barca,
continue.
you could see that they can outscore you. So them conceding goals, like 3 goals in a match, was fine. It was acceptable because they'll concede 3 and then they will come and smash 6. But this one, they don't.
No, but you'd hardly see that.
No, but I'm
This is
saying
the first time
when it does
Barca
happen,
has conceded 5 goals
But
at home
also, to your
in
point,
about
like,
15 or 16 years, bro.
First
it wasn't even
first game of the
scoring 3.
season.
It was like getting 3 touches of the ball. That was
Yep.
enough to make them angry to hit you for 6.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that Pep, I think it was Pep, or it might have been the manager after him. There was a point where they fielded an 11 of only academy graduates. So everyone in that 11 I don't know if it was a starting 11. I think it wasn't. I think Sergio Roberto came on for I don't know who it would have been, someone who went off. And then they had 11. I think he was still a midfielder at that time. And they had 11 academy graduates on the pitch in a league
They
game.
can never do that.
And
Yeah, they can never do that now.
yeah, and they were
Nah,
the
they try-
best
they try
run
to
club
say-
in the
they-
world, and now they're
trying to
not.
sell us
Now they're
that
the
kid
worst
now.
run club
What's
in the
his
world.
name? Who's that kid that his name starts with an L? Sorry, I just forgot his name now. Freaking hell.
Lamine, what's his name? Something like that.
Lamine Yamal.
Yamal.
Lamine Yamal. Yeah.
Yeah,
The kid is decent, but everyone is now calling him the second coming. Give the kid like a season or 2 to settle
yeah,
into
like
his
how they gave
role.
Ansu Fati
Yeah.
the number 10 shirt.
Yep.
You don't
Yeah.
do
Like they're
that.
So
desperate. They're
it's
desperate.
desperation, bro. The club is at a very desperate point. And for me, whoever comes in there, who isn't strong enough mentally, because Barca the expectation is to be at the level of Real Madrid, and they're never gonna be there in the next 3-4 years.
Nah, Madrid is gone for the next coming seasons, gents. Let's just be honest.
And again, right? It's philosophy. If you don't come there, you imprint your philosophy. Look at Girona, dude. Girona, there's no star players at Girona.
There's no exactly.
The coach has a clear strategy and mentality how we're going to go play. If we get beat 5-0 the way we play, good. But next week we play again like that, and another team might get 5-0. Right? Look at Xabi Alonso. He went and took Bayer. No one never thought Bayer Leverkusen would be like this. Bayer Leverkusen is incredible. You watch those highlights
are
and you're like,
the Spurs of Germany, where they're always like look like they're about to do something, and then they're 3-0 up at halftime and lose 5-3. That's what Bayer Leverkusen were.
But he's turned it around. He's turned it around so much. And again, right, Shiba, teams that play possession football. Possession football isn't about keeping the ball because you want to keep the ball. It's a defensive tactic.
The opponent.
If the opponents can't get the ball, then they can't score goals against you. That's how That's how you set your teams up defensively. Then teams start to be worried. If we try to go win that ball high up the pitch, we create a space behind them because we have really good players behind who can get in
They
and
can
score
pass.
goals.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
and
I mean,
to that point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there was a certain blonde-haired German who didn't give a fuck about that, and who did go and win the ball high up the pitch.
no, that's fine, but not at
Not
Leverkusen.
everyone can do that.
Leverkusen aren't beaten.
Yeah.
Leverkusen aren't beaten in Germany. They have Tuchel and he's 6s and 9s as well because he doesn't have a strategy or a philosophy in terms of what he wants to do. He gets all these big jobs and all these big contracts, but he's for me he's never convinced me as someone who can dominate world football. No way.
You and I were speaking about this in a previous, and you were the only person who agreed with me when I said Tuchel is very good at countering the opposition, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have his own style of
Yeah.
play.
He's like
And
an
geez, I
Ollie.
think the first time I said this, I think you were the only person who agreed with me on that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah, I mean, he came in at Chelsea. He had a great record against Pep because he wasn't trying to play better than Pep or beat him. He just tried to find a way to win those games. Went
He
into the
gave us
he was very
Champions
good
League
at
next
I,
year.
I can't. He gave me Champions League. I can't speak ill of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course,
I
I mean, you wouldn't speak ill of that other guy. Who's that other guy? Who gave
The
you Champions
schoolboy
League as well?
with his
Hmm.
braces and his tie. What's his name?
Which one? Di
The
Matteo.
schoolboy, man. He had his braces.
Yeah.
Di Matteo, yes.
Di Matteo.
Yeah.
No, Di Matteo was given. Yeah, Di Matteo did a miracle there. No one expected
Yeah.
him in the final, and he delivered.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't speak ill of him.
But I mean, in sort of wrapping up what I'm trying to say is Klopp has a signature. That's what it is. And as a coach, you'll always be known by your signature, not by. No one remembers Tuchel. Yes, he won the Champions League. No one will remember that
Nah,
at the end of the day.
Chelsea,
We'll know.
I get what you're
We
saying.
can't.
Keith.
We
I think
I get you.
we couldn't remember
I've given you guys
Di
too
Matteo
much
right now.
leeway. Nah, I've given you guys too much leeway. Now you're taking a piss. Tuchel
No,
is
so
going to be remembered
what
as
he's
a
trying to say is, yes, he will be remembered at Chelsea, but
For winning
the
the Champions
streets
League.
have already forgotten him.
Yeah.
I'm this. I think I'm the streets also, and I do remember the man. That's all that matters.
Nah.
Because he won the Champions League, and that's all he
Thank
won
you.
for you guys.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's a
That's
trophy we didn't have.
it's the only great thing. He didn't bring you a great player. He brought you guys who you guys have offloaded. All of the players he brought in, you guys have offloaded.
But I
Yeah.
think that's more a Todd versus
Yeah.
Abramovich thing rather than
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Tuchel
yeah,
thing. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Todd just wants to get
Nah.
every last.
End of the day, any Chelsea fan will tell you they miss the Russian sugar daddy. It ends there.
yeah. But Shabab, bro,
Structure,
like, for
CK,
me,
again.
structure.
Yeah. Yes, it's
That's the
yes,
thing
it's-
with United. That's what Ineos are trying to do. And I'm not getting gassed up about it, but what the signing of the CEO